What if I showed you that nearly all of the companies you purchase from daily are controlled by a single company that you probably give money to every day? What if I showed you that this company could affect your life, but unlike other companies and industries, they're actually against you and profit off your demise? And what if I warned you that it will be almost impossible to stop giving them money despite your best efforts? The scary fact is that this company exists, and you've probably never heard its name before. The company is BlackRock. They will hold $5.7 trillion worth of stock and take over as the world's largest owner.
More and more clients are looking for a more sustainable portfolio to be more prepared.
BlackRock's business is divided into two primary divisions: management of financial assets and technology. On the management of financial assets, it's trading, order management, compliance, and risk technology platform that gives customers access to more than 1,000 services at any given moment. The economy's technology sector focuses on employing capital to make investments for people and organizations. With a salary of $36 million, Larry Fink, BlackRock's chairman and CEO, founded the firm in 1988. BlackRock was originally called Fink Partners & Co. It acquired its first client in 1991 and renamed itself BlackRock Advisors. In 1994, it emerged with Gestalt Asset Management Corp. to create a mega investment management company with $17 billion under management and $100 billion in assets under administration by 1995. The company would eventually develop into one of the world's largest asset managers, managing $8 trillion for clients, including banks, pension funds, mutual funds, and insurance companies. The 2008 economic downturn was not the first time Wall Street companies and large banks had to be bailed out. In fact, even though Larry Fink was given $1.9 billion in policymaking contracts by Federal Reserve or Fed, which includes managing their bond purchases,
BlackRock's relationship with the Fed is a really useful thing for the public to know about. The central bank can do things to make our lives better, and it can do stuff to make some people really rich.
he continues to serve on the prestigious Goldman Sachs Board of Trustees. Do you know how this is working? It's all just a revolving door, because it seems like the benefits and clout go to those who have been or can become part of the club. At the same time, everyone else gets screwed over, including you, if you're not part of the club and don't pay attention to what happens or get involved with the oligarchical banking types. BlackRock is taking the lead and offering a superior investment experience for first-time and experienced investors through its award-winning research and innovative products for retirement, college savings, and other investment goals for prominent companies like Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla, Pfizer, Moderna, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Berkshire Hathaway, Visa, MasterCard, Bank of America, 3M Company, Colgate, FedEx, Johnson & Johnson, and Procter & Gamble. Using an algorithm, BlackRock invests and trades shares on behalf of over 2 million individual investors worldwide. Algorithms are detailed procedures used in computers to carry out particular tasks. Generally, they are simpler to make, comprehend, and alter than manual approaches. BlackRock owns the well-known global model iShares Global Quantitative Beta. They can invest in quantitative trading tactics such as machine learning and artificial intelligence. Have you ever thought of investing? There are numerous options. One is by hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notifications if you want a beneficial stock. By investing in a beneficial stock, you will not only get to make money, but you can also improve your investing skills with a proper knowledge and research. The more you learn about investing with my videos, the better investor you will become. According to a Reuters report, BlackRock plans to increase its ownership of US securities firms by about 10% and wants to become the largest shareholder in numerous companies, including Apple, Google, and Microsoft. Mastering financial planning is the fundamental step in ensuring that it succeeds. Whether you run a small business or start independently, managing finances can be daunting. But there are many ways to go about doing it right and growing your small business on top of it. Have you heard about Aladdin, Asset Liability Debt and Derivative Investment Network? Aladdin manages BlackRock and other consumers' investments. Globally, over 240 clients utilize Aladdin per a Financial Times story. According to the same report, Aladdin manages and oversees assets of $21.6 trillion or 1,550 lakh crores for its top 80 clients. This asset accounts for 10% of all the stocks and bonds that exist in the world. The inspiration for this came from Larry Fink, the inventor of BlackRock, who oversaw First Boston's bonds trading branch in 1986.
Even from a profitability standpoint or a standpoint of giving up some profitability to get your business in a different place with the prospect that you will ultimately benefit.
He decided to trade outside his risk parameters to earn more profit than the rival. Eventually, he posted a loss of $100 million and was forced to quit. He felt the need for a better risk management system, and in 1988, he started BlackRock. In the same year, Aladdin was created as a bookkeeping software for the bond trades of BlackRock. Aladdin brought up $1 billion for BlackRock in 2020. BlackRock wants to establish this program as a default risk management tool for the entire globe. The sheer size of Aladdin makes it a significant risk. If someday the software platform comes under any cyber attack, is hacked, or crashes, it could bring the global financial system to its knees. Java, Linux, Hadoop, Sybase ASE, Docker, AngularJS, Kubernetes, Zookeeper, Splunk, ELK Stack, Apache, Cognos, Fix, REST, and Swift Object Storage are the components that Aladdin employs. The Aladdin platform is a tool that differentiates BlackRock from most other financial institutions. The live feed of this data stream can be used by analysts, portfolio managers, credit officers, and hedge fund administrators to make investment recommendations. The platform has also managed asset classes, including equities, fixed income instruments, and derivatives. Simply, it's the back-end system that BlackRock uses to allow them to manage their investments, send, and find out about dividends. Did you know that the media is also an asset to BlackRock? This includes your Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. Oh, media, you're not just for entertainment anymore. Instead, I think you should become a significant investment block. BlackRock and Vanguard control vast slices of some of the country's most recognized media companies, including Fox News, CBS, Sinclair, CNN, Comcast, and Gannett. Combine that with BlackRock's current ownership stake in The Intercept, which breaks the news from being big tech and other news outlets. It becomes clear why U.S. Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders used BlackRock as an example during a CNN town hall meeting this week. As one aspect of American capitalism grows even more unequal, we have to ask ourselves if there aren't less regulated players getting a larger piece of it. Well, BlackRock is profiting from the suffering of world economies, which is enormous. And now we find out that it only came about in part due to its relationship with the Bank of Canada. That relationship allowed them to create a separate entity, BlackRock Financial Management, which then became a member of another commodity, COVID-19, allowing them, along with Google, to control, share, and profit off data without a court ruling any interference. The US government has been giving banks billions to help them survive this rough economic times and keep them afloat while they wait for their next bailout, as well as sharing this system an extra boost by choosing BlackRock as one of their principal financial backers. Another thing is that BlackRock is sponsoring a campaign to convince the rest of us that it wants the rainforest to disappear. By claiming that the Amazon rainforest is not losing more than 2% of its forest cover per year compared to an average loss of about 10% in the world's tropical forest, BlackRock has proved that it does not want to win our hearts with its actions. It wants us, here in 21st century, to accept another form of business as usual. A recent Bloomberg report revealed that BlackRock has invested $1.7 billion in fossil fuel companies that supply tar sands, as well as coal and other dirty energy resources. The report goes on to state that BlackRock considers these investments to be an important way we can help meet future infrastructure and power generation needs. As the climate changes, so do our lives. More severe storms will hit land and seas, destroying coastlines and flooding communities. Extreme heat waves will devastate large swaths of the planet, leading to unstoppable fires and widespread drought. Climate change is already hurting
around this whole long-term trend of climate change.
Right, but
we believe more than ever before, Joe, that climate change is investment risk.
Our countries. We face billions of dollars in flood damage every year and $4 billion in projected losses from rising sea levels over the next 100 years. On top of this reality, climate change threatens our water resources such as Lake Mead, as well as our strongest drinking water reservoirs like Lake Okeechobee, which could see intensification of 100-year flood events by 2100. BlackRock is further locking us into a life of climate change causing greenhouse gas emissions. Recently, BlackRock has committed to exclude companies that generate more than 25% of their revenue from thermal coal production from its actively managed funds. This is a promising step for fighting climate change. But BlackRock is still investing in coal mining companies, which will continue to produce greenhouse gases and make the transition to clean energy harder. Did you know that the corporations in BlackRock's defense ETF and iShares US Aerospace are entirely focused on nuclear armament of the United States? This includes Raytheon, General Dynamics, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Northrop Grumman, estimated to earn $4.35 billion from nuclear weapons in 2014. The CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, has been a vocal supporter of increasing military spending worldwide. All wars are immoral, and all military spending must cease. Investment houses such as BlackRock make trillions of dollars in profit each year, and that money is used to buy into companies responsible for poisoning the air and water in the United States and across the globe. The firm has no credibility regarding sustainability issues because of its war investments. For instance, BlackRock has been investing in a company run by former Goldman Sachs CEO Lloyd Blankfein, whose company Merrill Lynch processed military expenses for a few years before going bankrupt and handling out bonuses to staff members who made outsized profits from their direct handling of military contracts. That's not all. The company also received $56 million in taxpayer bailout funds after one of its employees went rogue with a database that allowed him access to even more sensitive information on US military operations overseas, including information on US drone activities and black sites supposedly used by CIA officials in 2009. Now, it's time to make wise investment decisions. You could be missing out massive growth opportunities if you pick the wrong company. Fortunately, there are alternatives to BlackRock that are being used by investors and brokers of all stripes who have avoided BlackRock's negative publicity and lost faith in the world's largest investment manager. They include Edward Jones, Wellington, Charles Schwab, Morgan Stanley, and State Street. But what makes BlackRock extraordinary? BlackRock stands out as a unique business, and the culture reflects this. I think this is not a secret anymore. BlackRock controls the world. The company owns nearly all the major companies worldwide, including Apple, Johnson & Johnson, SiriusXM Radio, Barnes & Noble, JP Morgan Chase, Walt Disney Company, Microsoft Corporation, AT&T Inc., Exxon Mobil Corporation, Goldman Sachs Group Inc., and Procter & Gamble. The list goes on, and they bought these companies mostly at discounts. At current prices, those investments are worth hundreds of billions, maybe even trillions. Have you ever wanted to invest in stocks but didn't know where to start? Or maybe you're a seasoned investor and want to learn how to trade stocks? Either way, I can help. In my next episode, I will show you how I use basic stock picking skills to pick good companies and invest in them. We'll also examine the process behind screening for stocks that are undervalued